Our next startup was launched in Pakistan to solve for one of the most pressing problems in the region, which is underemployment. However, as the CEO will tell you, they developed a solution that they think can scale far beyond the region into much of the developing world. Please help me welcome Mustansir Tinauli, the CEO and founder of Fori.
Hi, thank you very much, Mike. I'm Dr. Mustansir Tinauli, CEO and founder of Fori Missouri. Fori is digitizing the informal labor market by bringing the non-tech savvy workers onto the internet. The challenge is mammoth because none of these workers are connected. There was something very interesting that happened when we initially started working on Fori. We were talking to employers, and they would tell you there are not enough workers. And when we spoke with workers, they would tell us there are not enough jobs. These two things we recognized cannot be true at the same time. The challenge or the problem there was they are just not connected. We live in a very societal divide today, and it's very hard to reach to the other side. So we thought if we could find a way to reach out to them, we would have done something amazing. Now, the problem doesn't stop there either. Half the world today is still offline, and 80% population of the world lives on $10 or lesser. So it's not easy to connect people. However, when everything is gloomy and gloomy, I am reminded that each grave challenge presents with an opportunity. So 5 years ago, I was living in Norway, and I moved to Islamabad, and I recognized there were 700 million workers across South Asia. That's close to 1 billion. And alone in Pakistan, there were 60 million workers. So we decided that this is the problem we are going to solve. And it's very replicable. You solve it for one nation, you have solved it for the rest of South Asia and the emerging markets. Now, what we had to do is make something like a LinkedIn for them. Like you and I can go online and have a LinkedIn profile. What about a worker who does not have a smartphone or access or know-how of internet? How would you do that? I'll tell you that later, but I'll tell you what we did to solve this. So let's say you today need an electrician or a mason or a carpenter or a driver. You would go online, use our app or the website and put in driver. Our system will give you a list of drivers who are near you, and they're peer rated. Now remember, this guy does not have a smartphone. Now, if you like this guy enough, you would click on their profiles. The system would show you the detailed profile. That is star ratings, feedback, number of jobs, network of friends, and something in Urdu, we say naam kam tajrba. That translates into name, skill, and experience. These are the key things you want to know when you're hiring someone. So our system shows you that. Now you can ask me, someone who does not have a smartphone, how do we onboard them? Initially, we teamed up with hundreds of volunteers. It's a very motivated country and the region. And we had hundreds of volunteers who went to the streets and signed up people for us. We signed up like 2,000 to 3,000 workers. But it was not a sustainable model. Volunteers have a short-term attention span. So we had to find a way. We had to find a physical location for these workers where a worker could walk in and sign up. Now, who better a partner than the telecom industry? The teledensity across the world is increasing so much and so fast. And alone, so we brought on board Telenor and Jazz at the moment, among many other partners. They have a combined subscriber base of 100 million people, and they have more than 100,000 outlets across the country. And now we have a launch going on right now in Karachi with 2,000 outlets, but this would grow to 100,000 outlets. So any worker walks into a store, requests a sign up, and then they become searchable on the system that we just saw. Now, to make it happen, we put down a very strong team. We have experience in the telecom industry, in the development sector, and creating sustainable and smarter cities. So I myself am a PhD in design, if you could tell. I have worked in MIT, I've worked around the world, I've worked in Oslo as innovation manager. I've teamed up in creating smarter cities with cities like New York, Bolzano, Seattle. We were the first in the world to create IoT happen at MIT. We have Stein, who has a deep experience and knowledge in telecom sector. Surya has experience in the development sector. And Michael, we brought him in because CPAC is really engaging, so he's a CPAC expert. Our initial board was really the people who invested initially. Now, attraction. Today, Fori has more than 17,000 paying customers. In total, we have about 45,000 workers registered in the system. And their profiles have been viewed more than 1.5 million times. That's showing you the demand we have in that country. Interestingly, a lot of people from around the world also come to our website. We don't know why, but they do. Right now, we get about 50 signups. But this is just the starting point. To understand how big opportunity this is, now 100,000 outlets will be signing up workers for us. And to explain to you how it works, if just 10,000 outlets sign up 1 person a day, we get 3.65 million registrations in a year. You might be wondering, how do we make money? Initially, we have a registration fee. To sign up, a worker pays $1. Now, with 3.65 million workers signed up, we have also generated $3.65 million in revenues. Now, this is, again, the starting point. Going beyond that, we have direct advertisements. We have vocational trainings. And there are a lot of third-party services we can add on, like insurance, healthcare. Understand, these people do not have that. The most powerful aspect of what we are doing is the deep data analytics we are already able to provide. Today, we can tell you who are the workers, what do they do, where do they do, what time do they work, and what is the demand side. We become a perfect matchmaking site. We can help governments train their people right. We can guide migrations happen better, and much more. Of course, we are very excited on how we are going to be making, how much revenue we are going to be making. So we project about $100 million in annual revenues by the 6th year. And alone with Talinar, we project making about $5 million from point of get-go, which has just started. We have put in a nexus of partnerships. We are the only one. We have 3 banks, 2 telcos, and the biggest vocational training center as our partner. We're the only startup in Pakistan that has a working relationship with UNDP. We were termed as very, very innovative by the CEO of Talinar Group, Norway. We have won a lot of awards internationally. We have been featured pretty much in every media out there in Pakistan and some in Asia. Right now, we are looking to raise $1.5 million, essentially to scale up very fast because we have boots on the ground. We need to put like banners out there. With this, I would say thank you. I'm Dr. Mustansa, CEO and founder of Fori Missouri, and I invite you to join us as partners, as advisors or investors. And I promise you, together, we will onboard the next billion people. Thank you.